Hey, good morning. Good to see you. Little backstory on this here. What's going on? We have our Israel and Iran going at it. Shocker. That's driving the price of oil up a little bit. That's inflationary, but we don't get a whole lot of our oil from Iran. The real inflation numbers are all down. They're all down pretty drastically. But the Fed and the market are both taking kind of a wait and see look at things to see what tariffs are going to do because we don't quite know yet. We got some good inflationary numbers, but what if the tariff numbers kick in next month? So the Fed meets Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. The market's expectation is there's going to be no changes to the Fed funds rate, meaning they're not going to reduce the Fed funds rate. This could be good for mortgage rates because remember the last two times the Fed decreased the Fed funds rate, mortgage rates went up. So maybe wait and see is going to be something that the market likes. I don't know. The big thing is Jerome Powell's language when he speaks about 11 o'clock our time Wednesday morning. Catch it on, I watched it on CNBC, on YouTube. And the questions and the way he answers them is probably going to have the biggest effect on rates because right now we're right where we were. 6875 with no discount on the 30-year fixed conventional conforming. Still 6.375% with no discount. On the VA here in red, that does go up to $1.5 million, zero down, no mortgage insurance. And then outside of Oregon, my bottom line here in the state of Washington and Texas, where I'm now licensed, I've got a 5.625% 5-year fixed arm with just a 5% down payment. Very small discount fee to get there. Definitely worth it. It's going to keep that thing for 5 years. Uh, Trying to get that stuff in Oregon, but there are some foreclosure laws that prevent us from getting those products right now. But I do have this for you. This is our FHA Home Advantage loan. It's an FHA loan. Point one, FHA loans require a 3.5% down payment. So the FHA loan itself, point two, is 96.5% of the price, right? This one, it's a combination of loans. We used to call it piggyback. Point three, the second mortgage is for 3.5% of the purchase price. So we call that 100% combined loans against the value of the home. You have two house payments, one big one pretty small one. We'll take a look at that. We have a repayable version where the second mortgage must be repaid via refinance or payoff. And now we have a forgivable version. For a long time, the interest rate on the big loan, on the forgivable one, was just way too high and required a bunch of points. But now it's in range to where we can do it, and it's really attractive. So the Home Advantage FHA loan, the buyer has two monthly house payments, the big typical FHA loan, and then a second mortgage for the 3.5% down payment. That's at 8.5% fixed. So, for example, on a $500,000 price, you got a $17,500 second mortgage. It's about $135 a month. Now, the repayable versus forgivable here. Repayable means it's paid off via future refinance or just paying the thing off by cutting a check. It's a 30-year amortization, but it's due within 10 years. So the expectation is that it's going to be paid somehow. Point two here, the forgivable loan, this just goes away after the 60th payment, after 5 years, as long as you have no 90-day lates and it's still your primary residence. That payment just goes poof. Okay. Now, repayable versus forgivable, we want the repayable one, and we're going to charge more if we're going to, pay off a loan for you. So the first mortgage has about a point 0.5, half a percent better interest rate on the repayable one. That's completely understandable. Uh, I hope it's understandable. So we have a new option on this loan. You can get 1.5% of the purchase price going toward closing costs by doing the regular FHA first mortgage, 96.5% of the purchase price. But the second, instead of being just for the 3.5% down payment, it's for 5% of the purchase price. So the second covers the down payment to get you to 100% of the purchase price. Then you have 1.5% left over that's essentially being borrowed, but we're placing that toward closing costs. So point three here on that $500,000 purchase price, you got one loan covering the big loan, 96.5%. You have a second loan for 5% of the purchase price, covering the down payment and getting you 7,500 toward closing costs. So this has been good with the advent of BAC and with the closing costs kind of going away as far as seller paid. So this is helping a lot of people. Now, the 5% second mortgage option is repayable only. That is not a forgivable option. Yes, it can pay BAC, and it's a typical 30-day loan process. So we could look at some examples, do a lunch and learn or something like that. But as you do these, you'll kind of see how they come into play. So I think it's great to try to keep money in people's pockets and bank accounts. This is a good option with good rates on these. The best rate on these is the 3.5% second mortgage where it is repaid somehow. 5 or 6 years, FHA, streamline refinance, something like that. But that, I believe, is what we have for you today. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you soon.